This video will contain spoilers. The Penguin, universally positive ratings, Max original series, or HBO, I'm not too sure. I watched it on Sky. Colin Farrell, Kristen Milioti, Mark Strong, Clancy Brown, Carmen Idlugu, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Michael Kelly, Shilray Agdashlu, Rupert Penry Jones, I know 3 people who have seen the show. The first person is my dad, who didn't even watch The Batman because he said he had no interest in it. Because no reason, he's just a fucking mongoloid like that. And then he watched the first episode and he's like, "This is great, I love this." Like, why the fuck did you watch it when you haven't even seen Batman? It's connected to Batman. Um, he gets really pissed off when I make fun of him for that. Like, uncharacteristically. Anyway. um, the second person is Dylan and the third person is Ben Man. They did not like the show. And I thought, right, Dylan, I'm not surprised. He's just a hater like that. But Ben Man, okay, maybe there is something off by the show, but I mean, everyone loves it bar him. So, is there really a problem? Or is it just, I don't like the fact that there's no Batman? And I watched the first episode, and genuinely, I can't find a problem with it. It's not perfect or anything like that, but it's just the only thing I can think of as to why someone like Ben Man wouldn't like it is because there is no Batman. But of course, it's not going to be Batman because one, Robert Pattinson is not going to do it. He's not going to star in a show. Two, this is the Penguin, not the Batman, and just like it's so fucking obvious he's not going to show up. I don't know what to say about this show. Like it's hard to talk about, especially since I haven't. I was very late to getting to watch Batman. I seen it like a month after it came out, but that was the last time I seen it. So it's been over 3 years since I seen it. And while it's a very memorable film, I just Penguin didn't really do much, which I feel like is kind of why we have this show in the first place. You know, he gave some information because he was like, "Oh, you two don't speak Spanish" to Batman and Gordon. They had that chase, and there was like another scene or two, and that's about it. So I can't like because I don't remember much. It's hard to talk about this. The only thing I can think of that I can say is that I really like Krista Milioti's performance in this, and I also like the fact that she's getting really fucking famous off of this. Which I know it's like mostly because of her looks, but like there's something about her career that I find weird because she started off she had like one episode roles in like 30 Rock and all that. Like the episode of 30 Rock she did was actually funny, which is saying something because 30 Rock is not a funny show. Um, then she got How I Met Your Mother, and she did another show immediately after that called A to Z, which it only lasted half a season. And then she did an episode of Black Mirror, and then she did Palm Springs and The Resort, and like with this, she is getting like very close to being mainstream. She's not there yet, but maybe if she appears in Batman 2, she might. The Life of Chuck, universally positive ratings, directed by Mike Flanagan. I watched it in cinema. Tom Hiddleston, Mike Flanagan, Mia Sara, Mark Hamill, Jacob Tremblay, Karen Gillan, Nick Offerman, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Matthew Lillard, Raoul Coley, Molly Quinn, Violet McGraw, David Dastmalchian, Carl Lumbly, Carla Gugino, Hamish Linklater. This only just came out for us in the UK. Like, well, only just came out. I seen it 9 days ago. But like it's been out in America since probably fucking March, and it didn't come out for us until just now. Uh, I seen everyone, like all the Americans that had seen the film, thought how great it is, and I thought all that, and how it's like inspiring hope and all that. I thought, right, I need to see this film, and I think I'll admit I was a little disappointed, but it's just because I set my expectations wrong. So it's my fault. It's not the film's fault. Um, I don't actually know what to say. Actually, I'll say this, and that's about all I can say. I wanted a bit more hope. Like all it really was he danced, and that was about it. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a great scene. Not even a scene; it was like a third of the movie. It was a great part, but it's just I wanted more. I wanted to be like he, he donating charity. He just doesn't get sad or anything like that. Like always sees the bright side of things. I just wanted more of that. Also, I when I saw Chuck's granny, I thought, who the fuck is this? You can tell that she's getting up there in age, but she still looks very young at the same time. Who the fuck is this? And I looked up at when the film ended. Goddamn, it's Mia Sara. What? Like, because she's had such a terrible career. It's been so long since she was in anything that I've seen, because really all it's been was this, Ferris Bueller, and the Birds of Prey show, and that aired 23 years ago. She was 35 at the time. She's 58 now. Together, mixed ratings. I watched it in cinema with Ginger. Dave Franco, Alison Brie. I was quite excited for this. It was like the film I was most excited for after I seen Weapons. And similar to Weapons, the trailer had a lot of random stuff going in it. And I thought, this is the kind of thing I want to watch. And it was quite good. But something I noticed was that um, I'm sorry, my mind just completely blanked. Something I noticed was that I was cowering away in fear when this film. It's nowhere near the same level as other things where I had to look away, like Late Night with the Devil. So, and I think there's another horror film I've seen recently, possibly Weapons, that I did the same thing, and I'm thinking like, these films aren't getting scarier. Don't get me wrong; they're really fucking good films, but it's just they're not scary. So I've become a pussy, and I want to change that. Um, I was kind of expecting the ending, but it does raise a lot of concerning questions. Like, imagine Dave is in the mood and Allison is not. Is it still grape if you're graping yourself? That's really all I have to say about this film. I'm sorry, there's not much to say. I've noticed something about Dave Franco because I was watching this at the same time I was watching season one of The After Party. I noticed like there's something about his voice, and I thought, right, he's just putting it on for the After Party because that's a comedy, but he sounds exactly the fucking same in this, and it's kind of weird. Like he's 40 years old and he still sounds like a teenager. Nobody 2 mixed ratings. I watched it in cinema with my dad, Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, RZA, Colin Hanks. Did not realize that was Sharon Stone. Colin Salmon, Michael Ironside. Gonna be honest, I was disappointed with this one because there's not much to it. They could have easily extended the film, put a lot more fight scenes in there, and all that. I do get that Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack 3 years ago, but he's been training for this. This isn't just some I'll let the stunt double handle it kind of thing or anything like that. Like he's genuinely doing a lot of training for this film. So look, it's only on for an hour and a half. If they extended it to 2 hours, put a hell of a lot more fights in there. Uh, the film could have been really good, even though it is kind of like it's a little too similar to the first film for my taste. Like the start of the film is exactly the same, and I thought, right, it's just a homage, kind of. Like I'm wrong with that. But then there was another scene which I seen this 8 days ago, so I can't remember exactly what it was. But um, there was something that was exactly the same in this as it was in the first film, and I didn't really like that because it makes this film feel more like a fucking skin, you know, like the exact same film, but it's bright. It's daytime. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, you know. There were some great scenes, like the way they did that twist at the end, where they were like, "Who are you two?" and they show you Bob Odenkirk and a dog, but then in the end, it's actually they weren't talking about Bob and the dog. They were talking about Bob and Connie because fucking Connie killed people in this film. So, I would love to love 87 North films, but like they're just a lot of them like this film, and especially Love Hurts, just kind of feel like they're like made for DVD trash. Like not even made for TV, made for DVD. And like with the philosophy of 87 North, these films could easily be fucking amazing, but they're just not. I just want to make something clear. I seen Life of Chuck and Together last Wednesday. and then I seen nobody last Thursday, and then last Friday they announced that exclusively in the Max Omniplexes, which is what the one in Dundonald is. Last Friday they were going to bring back The Dark Knight, Dune, and Interstellar. And I told Dylan about that because Interstellar is his favorite film, and despite the fact that they've played Interstellar like 2 or 3 times in the cinema already, he just he couldn't go and see it for one reason or another. So it was like, right, we need to see this, even though we were supposed to go to Belfast to do like an escape room on that day. But he was like, ah, shit, fuck it, we'll do both. Fuck it, we'll just do Interstellar. Um, and so booked Interstellar and then booked. Sorry, it wasn't Dune. It was Top Gun, I think. So Top Gun was on at 2, Dune was on at 5, and then Interstellar was on at 8:20. And I booked all 3 of them. But then they cancelled Dune and Top Gun. So just went to see Interstellar. And then I was working Saturday and Sunday. Monday, I was off. And they put on Harry Potter 1, Dark Knight, and Dune 1. I went to see all of them. And then on Tuesday, they put on Harry Potter 2 and Top Gun Maverick. Universally positive ratings. Directed by Joe Kosinski. I watched it in the cinema. Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, Val Kilmer, Monica Barbaro. That's what I get for rushing. Monica Barbaro. Jennifer Connelly, Glenn Powell, Lewis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, John Hamm, Ed Harris, Manny Jacinto. Didn't know he was in the film. Anthony Edwards. Meg Ryan does not appear in the film, other than archival footage. Jamie Foxx is not in the film. I did not like the first film. I can't exactly tell you why, because one, it was a long time ago, and two, I don't really think there was a particular reason. It was just, I found it boring. Um, but then with this film, there are a lot of really important things to it, like the fact that it helped save cinema at the end of the pandemic. Excuse me. And it was also, a lot of people were saying that it's an anti-woke film, it's a pro-America film, all that. It's not. Just because a film isn't woke doesn't mean it's anti-woke. It just means that it's not woke. And I wouldn't really consider it a pro-America film. It's just, they're showing the American military in like a really positive light, but I wouldn't really consider it like a pro-American film or anything like that. I like the way that they didn't say what nationality the bad guys were, because one, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know, and two, it avoids headaches because they could have made it like Russia or something. I think that the film was made before the the whole thing kicked off, but they could have just easily made it countries that people are hating on right now because of wars and shit that are going on currently, and they didn't, which I really like. Um, who the fuck? If your last name is Bradshaw, it is a terrible idea to name your child Bradley. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. I don't like the fact that I had seen this scene where Tom and Iceman Val Kilmer, are like he speaks, and I think the way they did that was used AI, because for those who don't know, Val Kilmer had throat cancer for a very long time, and he lost the ability to speak. Like he couldn't get out a single sound, so they used AI, and I thought, right, that just seems disrespectful. And also, you're using AI. Fuck off. Why not just have him type things, or give him like a text to speech thing like Stephen Hawking had? And then when I seen the film, that's what they fucking do. He types things initially and then he starts speaking. I don't know if I said this in my complete unknown review, but I like how Monica Barbara's career has gone, because I saw her in two shows that only lasted one season. The first one was Chicago Justice, where she was just like the assistant lawyer. I can't remember if they were defense or prosecution, but she was an assistant to the main character, who very soft spoken, didn't really do much. And then she was in a show called The Good Cop on Netflix, which only lasted 10 episodes, and she was like a badass, no nonsense probation officer. But that was funny. I like that, and did seem like a step up in her career, even though it was a show that no one remembers. And then I didn't see her in anything. And then she got this, and then she got completely known. Like she's now jumped up to Hollywood star, and I love that. Um, was not expecting it, so good for her. It's hard to talk about things in this film, but like it's a good film, really good film. But just because of the nature of the film, there's not much to talk about.